In the radiant sunset cloaking ancient Egypt's palace, a woman steps from history's shadows. Her name is Asenath, daughter of a priest of the sun god. She seems an unlikely figure in God's story of redemption. Can a pagan outsider reshape a divine plan? Asenath's untold tale unveils a journey of faith, courage, and grace that transcends all boundaries. From an outsider, she becomes a pivotal figure in Israel's story. Are you ready to uncover this mystery? Subscribe to our channel to join us in illuminating an inspiring saga of redemption and divine justice. Beneath the blazing sun of Egypt's desert, Pharaoh's magnificent palace rises amid golden dunes. Here, an extraordinary story unfolds. The tale of Joseph, once a slave, betrayed by brothers, cast into a dungeon, now standing at the pinnacle of power. With God-given wisdom, Joseph deciphers Pharaoh's dreams, foretelling 7 years of plenty and 7 of famine. In a single moment, he transforms from prisoner to Egypt's second-in-command, holding a kingdom's fate in his hands. The people kneel before him, hailing him as a savior, a man touched by God's Spirit. But amid this glory, a decree from Pharaoh changes everything. Joseph is given a wife, Asenath, daughter of Potiphar, high priest of On, the city devoted to the sun god Ra. Asenath enters the palace cloaked in mystery, daughter of a powerful man who leads rituals honoring Ra, the god Egyptians believe sustains life. She carries an enigma in her gaze. Pride, nurtured in splendid temples, mingles with an unnamed void. Who is she in Joseph's world? A biblical woman, yet alien to his monotheistic faith. Joseph, upright and steadfast, who overcame every trial through loyalty to God, is now bound to a pagan, an outsider to Israel's covenant. This marriage is more than a political alliance to secure Joseph's place in Egypt's court. It's a mysterious turn in God's divine plan. While Joseph oversees grain stores, preparing for the coming famine, Asenath stands on the sidelines, surrounded by the court's probing stares. She senses the chasm between her and her new husband. Joseph prays to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, a singular, invisible God, far from the golden idols in her father's temple. Can she belong in his world? Can she, raised in Ra's light, grasp Joseph's faith? A silent conflict flares within Asenath. She is Pharaoh's gift, but also an unanswered question. Can a pagan woman fit into God's redemptive story? That question lingers in the palace air, where sunlight streams through towering stone columns. Asenath is more than Joseph's wife. She is a cryptic piece in a greater design. Her identity, Egyptian or something deeper, becomes the heart of a mystery spanning centuries. Is she merely a political bond, or does she hold the key to a grander truth? As Joseph guides Egypt through years of plenty, Asenath stands at a crossroads. This marriage will shape not only her future, but that of Israel itself. A journey of faith, redemption, and courage is about to begin. But is Asenath ready to walk its path? In the shadowed depths of On's temple, the radiant city of Heliopolis glows with ceremonial flames honoring the sun god Ra. Incense smoke swirls, blending with the chants of priests echoing off massive stone walls. At the heart of it all, Asenath stands silent, her eyes reflecting the firelight, her heart heavy with unrest. Daughter of Potiphar, high priest, she was raised amid sacred rituals where Ra was worshipped as the source of all life. But now, as wife to Joseph, Egypt's second in command, Asenath feels more adrift than ever. No longer the temple's princess, she is an outsider in her new husband's world, a world revolving around a single, invisible God, far removed from the golden idols she once knew. Each day deepens Asenath's awareness of the gulf between her and Joseph. He is a man of integrity, imbued with profound wisdom and faith. When he prays, she sees a light in his eyes, a deep connection to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But what of Asenath? She was raised believing Ra was the eternal light, the supreme power. Her father's rituals, once her pride, now stir confusion. Who am I to Joseph, she wonders, standing before Ra's altar, where she once felt secure. Her marriage to Joseph, though blessed by Pharaoh, mirrors the emptiness within her. She is the court's gift, but is she merely a political alliance, a wife to bolster Joseph's power? That night in her private chamber, sleep eludes Asenath. A strange dream visits her, a sign from the unseen. In it, a gentle light, not the temple's blazing fire, but warm, enveloping, surrounds her. A voice, faint yet authoritative, calls her to turn from lifeless idols. She awakens, heart pounding, sweat beading on her brow. Could this be Joseph's God? Is he calling her a pagan, a biblical woman outside Israel's covenant? The dream unleashes a storm in her soul. The Egyptian gods, the statues her father reveres, now feel alien. But abandoning them means betraying her father, her very roots. Potiphar, with his commanding presence, senses the shift in his daughter. He summons her to the temple, where Ra's ceremonial light burns brighter than ever. "You are my blood, Asenath," he says, his voice low but sharp. "Ra is the source of our power. Don't let that Hebrew sway you." His words pierce like a dagger. Asenath bows her head, but the dream lingers, unyielding. She feels caught at a crossroads. On one side, her Egyptian heritage. On the other, Joseph's mysterious faith. Can she belong to Israel's God? Is she, raised in the shadow of idols, worthy of the light Joseph worships? The tension within Asenath grows. She gazes at raised statues, once symbols of life, now mere cold stone. She thinks of Joseph, the peace in his eyes when he speaks of God. But forsaking her past is a painful step. She fears losing her identity, disappointing her father, and that Israel's God might reject someone like her. That night, as moonlight spills through her window, Asenath kneels, hands trembling. "If you truly exist," she whispers, "show me the way." That fragile prayer, though faint, marks the first step in her spiritual struggle, a journey that will transform not only her fate, but that of Israel itself. Asenath's conflict is more than one woman's story. It echoes the struggles of those who feel they don't belong, who stand at the crossroads of past and future. Can she overcome fear to find the light? Was that dream a call from God, or a fleeting illusion of a lost heart? The answer awaits, but first, she must confront herself, her father's legacy, and the power of a faith she has yet to know. Dawn breaks, its gentle light filtering through Asenath's private chamber window, where she kneels in stillness. Days past, a mysterious dream has stirred her soul, haunting her with thoughts of Joseph's God. The dream's warm, inviting glow, unlike the blazing fires of On's temple where her father Potipharah worships Ra, lingers in her mind. Asenath once took pride as a high priest's daughter, but now the golden idols feel like shadows dimming her heart. She stands at a fateful crossroads: loyalty to her Egyptian heritage or a leap into the unfamiliar faith of her husband, a faith demanding she abandon all she's known. In her small room, a miniature statue of Ra gleams on an altar, its golden surface catching the dawn's rays. A gift from her father, it symbolizes lineage and power. But to Asenath, it's now a chain, tethering her to a past she no longer claims. Her hands tremble as they touch the statue. "If Israel's God is real," she whispers, "he will give me strength." With a deep breath, Asenath grips the idol, feeling its weight, not just of gold, but of heritage, of identity. In a surge of courage, she hurls it to the floor. The crash echoes like her heart breaking free from shackles. Shattered fragments glitter in the light, but fear doesn't grip her. Instead, a strange freedom rises within. She kneels, tears streaming down her cheeks. "God of Joseph, God of Israel," she prays, her voice trembling yet resolute. "If you hear me, guide me. I forsake false gods. I want to belong to you." The prayer, simple but fierce, ignites like a flame in her soul. Suddenly the room seems to brighten, not from dawn's light, but from an inner vision. A radiant presence, gentle yet authoritative, fills her mind. "Asenath," a voice seems to whisper, "God sees your heart. He claims you as his own." In this moment, she envisions a heavenly door opening, its light enveloping her, banishing doubt. She is no longer an outsider, no longer Ra's daughter. She belongs to God, and he knows her name. As the vision fades, Asenath sits in silence, her heart flooded with hope. A profound shift stirs within, as if part of her soul has been reborn. She is no longer the biblical woman bound by idols. She is Asenath, chosen by God, despite a past steeped in darkness. The door creaks open, and Joseph enters, his gaze falling on the idol's fragments. Without a word, he meets her eyes, and in that instant, he sees the change. "God has touched you," Joseph says, his voice warm with emotion. Asenath nods, tears falling anew, but now from joy. "I've seen him, Joseph, I believe." Asenath's bold act isn't just shattering a statue, it's breaking the chains of her past, a leap into a faith she never imagined. She has forsaken her father's legacy, faced the fear of rejection, and placed her trust in Israel's God. This inner awakening, a mark of grace, affirms that God sees her not as a pagan, but as a beloved child. Joseph, who overcame betrayal and prison through faith, now witnesses his wife tread a similar path. Asenath's transformation is not hers alone. It's the dawn of a great legacy, shaping Israel's future through their sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. But Asenath's journey isn't over. This courageous act, though inspiring, will bring new trials. Her father, Potipharah, and Egypt's court won't easily accept her betrayal. Can Asenath withstand her father's wrath? Will her newfound faith endure the pressures of a kingdom devoted to Ra? The answers lie ahead, where God's light will guide her through greater challenges, proving that courage and faith can alter the destiny not just of a woman, but of a nation. In Pharaoh's palace, daylight streams through towering stone columns, but the air hangs heavy, as if before a storm. Asenath stands in the grand hall, surrounded by the icy glares of Egypt's court. Word of her act, shattering Ra's idol, renouncing her father's faith, has swept the capital. Potiphera, her father, high priest of On, looms before her, his eyes blazing with fury. "You've betrayed Ra, betrayed me, betrayed Egypt," he roars, his voice thundering like a storm. The court murmurs, whispers of doubt and scorn encircling Asenath. Once Heliopolis's pride, this biblical woman is now branded a blasphemer, a threat to the kingdom's sacred order. Asenath feels the weight of every stare. Her heart pounds, yet the light from her vision the night before burns fiercely within. She has chosen Israel's God, forsaken idols to follow Joseph's faith. But now, facing her father and the court, she confronts her greatest test, defending her choice, even if it costs her complete rejection. "Father," she says, her voice trembling but steadfast, "I haven't betrayed you. I've found the true light, the light of the one God." Her words ignite the fire. Potiphera steps closer, pointing accusingly. "You dare call Ra false? You'll pay for this arrogance." He turns to the court, demanding Asenath's punishment, declaring her offense against the gods threatens Egypt's prosperity. Amid the tempest, Joseph enters the hall. His gaze is calm yet commanding, like one who has faced dungeons and betrayal yet stood firm. He places a hand on Asenath's shoulder, a small gesture that fills her with his faith's strength. "Asenath doesn't stand alone," Joseph declares, his voice resonating through the hall. "She has chosen the God who led me from the pit to this palace. Doubt her, and you doubt me." His words silence the court, but Potiphera remains unmoved. "She's my daughter, Joseph," he retorts. "But she no longer belongs to us. She must be banished, or Ra will bring calamity." His threats cut like a blade, piercing Asenath's heart. She knows banishment means losing everything: family, status, perhaps even her future with Joseph. In that tense moment, fear surges within Asenath. Did she err in rejecting Ra? Will Israel's God truly protect her? Or is she just a pagan daring to dream of grace? But then, as if heaven responds, an extraordinary moment unfolds. A soft light, unlike daylight, descends from the hall's ceiling, enveloping Asenath. It's not Ra's fiery blaze, but warm, pure like the glow of her vision. The court freezes, murmurs ceasing. Potiphera steps back, his eyes wide with awe. "This is God's sign," Joseph proclaims, his voice unwavering. "He has chosen Asenath as he chose me. Who dares defy his will?" The light, though fleeting, is a subtle miracle, enough to sway the hearts of those watching. It testifies to divine justice, affirming Asenath is no blasphemer, but one accepted by God. Potiphera, still angry, cannot refute it. He turns away in silence, leaving Asenath standing, her heart swirling with relief and the ache of unhealed wounds. The court, though reluctant, begins to see her differently. They don't fully embrace her, but the heavenly sign forces them to reconsider. Joseph takes Asenath's hand, leading her from the hall. "You were so brave," he whispers, his eyes brimming with pride. Asenath offers a faint smile, but within, she knows her journey isn't over. She has faced her father, the court, and her own doubts. God's light confirms she belongs to him, but she understands her faith will face further tests. Yet this moment is a turning point. Asenath is no longer an outsider. She is part of God's redemptive plan, a biblical woman transformed, ready to leave a great legacy through her children. This trial has shaped Asenath, but it also lays the foundation for her future. Can she mend ties with her father? Will Egypt's court truly accept her change? These questions linger, but heaven's light has given her strength to press on. Her story, dramatic and unexpected, proves divine justice prevails, and faith, however small, can shake a kingdom. As sunset casts a golden glow over Joseph and Asenath's home, a tranquil air replaces the storms of the past. Asenath sits, her eyes sparkling as she watches her sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, play carefree. Once a pagan, torn between idols and faith, she is now the mother of two great tribes of Israel, destined to shape God's people. Her journey from the shadows of On's temple to the light of a divine vision is a living testament to redemption. She shattered Ra's idol, faced her father's wrath, and stood firm against Egypt's doubting court. A heavenly light, God's sign, confirms she is not just Joseph's wife, but an essential part of his sacred plan. Joseph sits beside her, his gaze filled with love and pride. "You've done what many wouldn't dare," he says, his voice warm. "God has transformed you, Asenath, and through you, he will bless countless nations." His words touch her heart. Asenath once saw herself as an outsider, a biblical woman unworthy of grace. But God saw her, called her name, and guided her through trials to become a symbol of courage and faith. Manasseh and Ephraim, children of both Egypt and Israel, embody the union of two worlds, proof that God's grace transcends all boundaries, nation, culture, or past. Asenath's story is more than a chapter in Scripture. It's a reminder that God always offers second chances. In America today, where justice and personal courage are cherished, Asenath's journey resonates deeply. She proves no one is beyond God's reach, no matter their origins or past mistakes. Like Asenath, we can all find light, even when shadowed by darkness. She teaches us that faith, however small, can change destinies, and the courage to abandon what's wrong leads to true freedom. Gazing at the horizon where sunset blends with the sky, Asenath smiles. She knows her story will endure through Manasseh and Ephraim, through generations who will call her matriarch. No longer Ra's daughter, she is God's child, redeemed for a grand purpose. And what of you? Asenath's story invites reflection. Are you ready to step from darkness to embrace grace? Share this story with those needing hope, to show them God's arms are always open, as they were for Asenath. Subscribe to our channel and let's spread the message of faith, redemption, and divine justice, so untold stories continue to inspire the world.